Good morning and welcome to signing day here at WSU Tech. I'm Lily Wu, your host this morning for the game day pre-show and the signing day ceremony this afternoon. We're so excited to have you here in the Air Capital as we award more than $200,000 in scholarships to high school students interested in pursuing career and technical education. Right now, we're broadcasting live from Wichita, Kansas, and in the next hour, we'll have several guests join us here on the set because this would not be possible without the generous support of our wonderful partners, including Skills USA, NC3, and Snap-on. Let's take a look at a small video regarding NC3.
Career and technical education changes lives quicker than any form of higher education.
How do we make sure that students are coming out with 80 or 90% of current industry knowledge, and how do we help scale that across the country?
The National Coalition of Certification Centers is a network of colleges, leading colleges from around the country, as well as industry partners who come together to help solve the skills gap.
NC3 was started because the companies are saying we're not getting quality people out of the education system. So they've helped the industry develop curriculum, develop certifications, and then they're training educators how to teach it.
And we've got tremendous global industry partners that not only trust what we're saying, but they believe in it. They are part of that equation.
As an individual company, we can only do so much. So what we've done is partnered with NC3 and broadened our reach. So now we're not just trained dealing with several schools, we're trained in NC3 dealing with hundreds of schools.
After we develop curriculum and we want to get that into to the students to prepare them for their jobs ahead, the vector for doing that is through instructors. The NC3 Train the Trainer events are really the heart of everything we do.
All the curriculum and all the new equipment is being introduced to us, so we can take it back in August and start teaching the students with the new equipment and the new curriculum.
Every faculty member that I have sent into this training, they come back to campus as better teachers.
For the instructor, it's a turnkey package. They have a turnkey set of training aids that matches the curriculum, but also we want to make sure that the learning environment matches that level of professionalism as well. So if you look in all of our labs and all of our centers of excellence and train-the-trainer locations, you'll see something very similar to what we have here. Again, reflecting what industry expects for when these students go to industry to start their career, they're ready to go.
And the neat thing about this that helps all students is they get this without any charge. Every student, regardless of their economic background, has the ability now to get an NC3 certification, endorsed by industry, and carry that out to the marketplace.
Our goal at WSU Tech is to give our students the skills they need in order to be successful in the workplace. NC3's partnering with major organizations like Snap-on and Train allows us to do that for our students.
You know, we started back in 2009, we had 3 or 4 schools that we called our benchmark facilities. You know, almost 10 years later, we've got 130 some schools that are working with us on that initiative, plus 300 or 400 more that are in that process. Today, we have about 6 million jobs that are open that need additional skill sets. So our growth is actually coming from the economy. The gross domestic product is driving NC3.
The relationship with NC3 has really elevated the visibility and connected us with global partners that are not only sustaining but building greater opportunity for our college.
It's a great model and a great team of people to work with.
The opportunities are unlimited, and our job is really to just meet the needs of our industry partners and help them solve their specific challenges of getting the talent that they need to continue to grow their organizations in their communities across the country.
Now let us welcome Roger Tedejewski, Executive Director of NC3, the National Coalition of Certification Centers. He has dedicated his professional life to the advancement of education and workforce development in the transportation, aerospace, energy, and manufacturing industries. This organization targets the advancement of standardized certifications developed in partnership with industry and education leaders in the transportation, aviation, and energy sectors. Good morning, Roger, and welcome to Signing Day.
Well, good morning, Lilia, and thank you. It's truly exciting to be here across our country. We have thousands of students today that are traveling or are already at college campuses across this country, getting ready for this great event today. And I'm excited to have our very first NC3 National Signing Day Game Day event. So we are here at WSU celebrating this, but really celebrating across the country the students that have chosen their career path, they're chosen their profession, that they're proclaiming today that they are proud of. This is what they want to do. This is where they want to go. This is how they want to build their future, be part of their community, be part of their family, grow that. And this is truly exciting. And I can't say enough being here at WSU, represented by all the whole WSU staff, but what it really means we're really representing community colleges and our communities across the country here today. And we love being hosted here at WSU, but truly, you know, as you saw in our video today, our mission of bringing global leading industry partners together with global leading community colleges, their leadership, truly our instructors that, as mentioned, are key in this whole piece, you know, that bring this to our students, and most importantly, allowing those students to be able to graduate, come out with certifications that allow them the great jobs and opportunities to grow their careers and really chase their dreams and aspirations.
And Roger, obviously NC3 is very involved with Signing Day. Kind of talk to us about how this all kind of started and why you're so excited about this event.
Well, yeah, it's, you know, sometimes we think about things and everybody kind of has ideas, but at the end of the day, how do you implement them? You got to get started. And so, oftentimes there's 100 questions. The reality from NC3 is sometimes we only maybe have 5 or 10 answers to it. We know those questions are going to change tomorrow, but I can't say enough. I know in not too long we're going to hear from Clark Coco, who is, I call the godfather of the National Signing Day. Started right here in Kansas. You know, Clark had an idea, and it was all about hope. And you're going to hear this from Clark that, you know, all kids want to know that they have a hope, they have a chance in the economy, that someone's going to give them that chance, and how do they get there? And so from that short conversation with Clark, we said, let's see if we can put a face on hope, and do that by bringing students here and giving them an aspiration. Let them know that by signing that document they're going to sign today, that somebody wants them and they want to help them succeed and help them chase their dreams. So we'll hear more on that when we get on field, but this is truly exciting.
It is an exciting day, and we have more guests joining us right here on set, including Dr. SHEREE UTASH, the president of WSU Tech since 2015, and it's all thanks to her leadership that WSU Tech has continued to grow its impact in the Southeast Kansas technical community. With over 7,500 students, WSU Tech is the largest technical college in Kansas and acts as a managing partner for the National Center for Aviation Training. Now, SHEREE offers a unique blend of teaching, administrative, and leadership experience in both higher ed and private industry. Thank you so much for having us here at WSU Tech, SHEREE.
Well, thank you, Lily, and great to be on set with you this morning, Roger. And we really just welcome everyone to WSU Tech and to the National Center for Aviation Training in Wichita, Kansas. And we are just so excited that we have the ability to celebrate this great day of honoring young people's decision to move into education in a technical area. It is a great thing to honor them and to show dignity to the work that they've chosen to do. You know, we say all the time, and I can speak for all of us that do this work across the nation, we're in the hope and dream business. And so today is super exciting because this is the first step to meeting and helping people, you know, find their hopes and dreams and make that a reality for them.
Very much so, and we're excited to be here on your campus. And I know that you've hosted Signing Day before, so we actually have a video from the 2019 Signing Day, so let's take a look at that.
Great.
3, 2, 1.
Hit it! You get a scholarship!
That's what I'm talking about.
And you get a scholarship!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
I feel like Oprah today.
We are at WSU Tech at the National Center for Aviation Training. We are hosting one of our favorite events of the year.
Signing Day.
Signing Day. Woo!
Signing Day highlights that commitment to pursue a technical career in a high-tech, high-wage, high-demand field.
So that you can go get a job, have a career, and make money.
And education nowadays is what matters the most. So guys, how did it go today?
It was a great experience. Thank you so much to WSU Tech.
You thought you were at a rock concert.
It was really great.
Definitely love the atmosphere.
As a mom, I am so proud of you. And what are you gonna study? Surgical tech, dental assisting,
aviation maintenance technology,
vet tech,
Surgical tech. Police science.
automotive, welding, aviation.
What is your hope for the future? Doing something I love to be successful in my career. Get my LPN.
I want to be a CNC mechanic.
I'm gonna go into healthcare. Being able to own my own body shop. I'm gonna study, try my hardest.
Man, this is awesome.
I'm very excited to start this new journey.
This is an amazing experience.
I'm excited to start my career.
That's the bottom line.
This is the future. You are the next generation of the makers and the fixers.
WSU Tech, signing day, signing off.
Nick Pinchuk from Snap-on Incorporated. Now, he's the chairman of the board and CEO. Nick oversees the expansive work of Snap-on as an American designer, manufacturer, and marketer of high-end tools and equipment for professional use in the transportation industry, including the automotive, heavy-duty equipment, marine, aviation, and railroad industries. So welcome to the show this morning,
I'm really impressed
Nick.
with your introduction. I feel bigger now than when I came in the room.
Nick, this is such an exciting day. Signing Day is something that we've been looking forward to for many, many months. How are you feeling today about Signing Day?
Oh, I feel excited. I'm excited to be here with my old friend Roger Tajewski and the legendary and visionary SHEREE UTASH. So that, of course, for me is I'd go anywhere just to be in that company, of course. Look, Signing Day is very important, and I think we talked about it before about how important it is for the people who are signing, but it's important for America. The makers and the fixers have made America what it is. Make no mistake about it. I traveled to 130 countries around the world. That's where Snap-on is. And there is no question that America is still the greatest country in the world. And when you ask historians why we are so, is because we have people who made and fixed things in greater proportion than any other nation in the history of the planet. And this is a renewal of that.
Nick, talking about the makers and the fixers, 2020 is a big year for Snap-on because you celebrate 100
it's our 100th
years.
anniversary.
That's
I
right.
think it's big, right?
So tell us a little bit more about the makers and the fixers and why we need to really focus on that.
Well, I think there's a number of different things. Look, Snap-on comes to this very easily. Just a word about Snap-on. We were founded in 1920, 100 years ago, and how we got founded was this. There was, the auto industry was just starting, and our founder had the idea. Take 5 handles of different dimensions, an ellipse, a T, put them together with 10 sockets of different sizes, and fashion them so they would snap on interchangeably. He said these 5 handles is the work of 50 tools, and they did. They revolutionized tool sets in terms of innovation. But he did something that's more important, that speaks to this very day. He told his salesman to lay those tools out on green felt as if they were as precious as surgeons' knives, implying that if a mechanic used these tools, they would declare to the world they're doing something special, maybe as special as a surgeon. And in fact, the makers and the fixers do something that's every bit as important to American future as surgeons and attorneys and college professors and CEOs all over this country. That's why we come to this very easily, and why this kind of day is so important.
Truly, and we're celebrating technical education.
Yes.
Why is it so important to really focus on that topic among the national topics and the world topics of today?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, we're in a global competition for jobs. How the world works is like this. America rose on the brilliance of the few and the efforts of the many, and basically people get ideas. Like, Apple gets an idea, or Jeff Bezos gets an idea, or Henry Ford gets an idea, but they need amplifiers. they need amplifiers. And these are the many people. But to win the competition to be the amplifiers of those jobs today, you not only have to have commitment and dedication and energy, you have to have skill, because the world is changing. And so therefore, the idea that America is going to keep renewing its prosperity has to do with having a continuous line of makers and fixers that apply the skills of today and tomorrow. This is the most important issue of our day. In fact, we say it's the seminal issue of our time. I see no path to prosperity without a continuation of our technical capability spread across the nation, and career and technical education is the key. Colleges like this are the key, and signing day is a piece of that.
And really also partnerships. So industry education, obviously we need to have these partnerships. Why do you think it's so important to also have a role with industry? I think the
partnerships are associated with two things. I think first is that you have to match the skills that are being imparted in schools to what's actually needed in the workplace. Not so easy, not as easy as you might think. And so therefore, the cooperation between SHEREE and Snap-on or other organizations in Snap-on, NC3, the National Coalition of Certification Centers, I think we have over 500 schools involved now. And that matches those curriculum to what we need. The other thing that's important is for young people today to enlist in something, they have to feel it's important. They have to feel they're going to have a career that's fulfilling. And I assure you, these careers have the capability to keep your family and yourself warm and safe and dry, and they carry pride and dignity. These are American callings. And the idea that we have a signing ceremony where we celebrate these people, these young people enlisting in these careers, is exactly what we need. That's why companies and schools partner to do this.
Truly exciting. And SHEREE, obviously, you guys have a big piece in making signing day possible. Talk to us a little bit about what is the role of education in trying to change the mindsets, I guess, of folks about technical education.
So part of what we have to do is help better educate people across our nation that there are multiple pathways to a career. So, so that you can start in a career technical education, and then you might build towards, an associate degree and ultimately a baccalaureate degree. The other thing that we have to do differently, so education's changing. The world is changing, as Nick said, but education is changing, and industry is changing. And we have to work together to keep pace together, because if we're not creating a product of a student that is relevant to the workplace, then we're not doing our job. So the whole interaction of industry and education working together is absolutely key to the success of our students. And the industry recognized credentials that NC3 brings to the table is a value add to that student's portfolio. So for instance, when we think about jobs, just as soon as 2025, that 75% of jobs will require some type of post-secondary credentialing. That doesn't maybe mean a degree, but it certainly means some kind of education and industry-recognized credentials. This is a huge thing. It's the future. And as educators across this nation, we have to come to that call of action and change the way that we do our work.
That's great. And it really also brings in that whole industry perspective that Nick brought in today. This would not be possible without those partnerships. So thank you so very much, Nick, for imparting some of your thoughts about this beautiful signing day ceremony and just a lot of excitement here today. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to just add real quickly, too, is Nick touched on something celebrating the 100-year anniversary of Snap-on. But today, students across this country and colleges like SHEREE across the country are also declaring the next 100 years. Okay, with Nick touched on the makers and fixers of the future. We're celebrating students that are declaring their profession today. They're declaring that they're going to carry this on. And our schools, and SHEREE, I know you and I talked across the country, but the amplifiers, our community colleges, our communities, you impact and work with 40-some different school districts, okay, that are going to be involved today. Our shout out to the Brian Albrechts and the Lee Lamberts in Tennessee and across our country. Those amplifiers, just as Nick talked about, they're in place. They are working today and growing as we speak. You know, not only today are we celebrating, but we got additional schools that are on our campuses getting ready for next year already to help drive and help amplify this thing. Just as Nick touched on, this is the future for the coming next 15, 20 years at least.
So I think it's important to recognize the history and the 100-year celebration of Snap-on and all that's happened in that industry and how important Snap-on has been to the development of NC3 and colleges like ours coming into that. I also think, you know, as we look to the future, we have to look at things in a different way. And so you have this, I kind of call it a transformational evolution happening across the United States as education and industry work together in a very, very different way, very, very integrated into the work that we do. And that is the key to providing the future workforce for our country. And that is the key that we will be globally successful.
Very much so.
One thing. I know you want to leave, but I'll add one thing. It's not only our future, it's the essentials of our past. What I said, I believe in my bones, we would not be here. We would not be the preeminent nation in the world, the greatest society in the history of the planet, without these people who have created these technical careers of their era. And this is a renewal of that, an extension of that. Snap-on calls on more than 1 million technical people, and I know how capable they are. And all we're doing here is renewing them and arming them with the skills of today, because you need the skills today, and then what they're going to need for tomorrow.
Thank you, Nick, truly. Well, we do have a field reporter on scene today. Jillian Carroll has a special guest. Let's head on over to Jillian.
Lily, thank you so much. I am honored to be joined with Clark Coco, former dean of Washburn University Institute of Technology in Topeka, Kansas. Clark created the concept of National Technical Letter of Intent Signing Day. Now, a former coach and basketball player himself, this concept mirrors the NCAA signing day when athletes commit to playing sports in college, and we'll get to that later. Maybe that was a influencer. We're not too sure about that, but this day is made to honor students who are committing to further their education in tech ed. And of course, it has become very popular. Over 60 colleges participated in 2019. And again, I'm honored to welcome Clark. Thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for this opportunity. What a great day it is, isn't it?
It has been wonderful, and I have to get down to it. Roger called you the godfather of the National Technical Letter of Intent Signing Day. How was this created?
Well, it was a concept 7 years ago that we brought up, but the truth of the success of today, that all students across this nation, when they sign, it's because of all the colleges and the staff involved in it that have made this a tremendous success. And so, yeah, a concept, an idea laid on the table. It was the right idea, and boom, here we go with year 7 of signing day.
How incredible. And why is an event like this important to spreading the awareness of technical education?
Well, you know, we've said many times we celebrate the dignity of work. It's a snap-on saying, and it's a very powerful saying. And if you stop and think about that, you know, point in time, we hope everyone gets education, gets training, goes to work, and provides opportunity for them to have things in life that they'd like to have. You know, tech ed is the right thing, and so we're excited that the number of colleges across this nation today and the number of students that will sign a letter of commitment to enter into a technical program. How exciting is that?
Such a big day for those students. Do you have any words of wisdom for them?
Oh, I know this. When I was the dean of the college, quite frankly, you know, go do the things you're asked to do in the classroom, do them well, be ready to go to work, and we'll have a position for you when you complete your program of study.
Wonderful. You heard it from Clark himself. Go to work, get excited. Lily, back to you.
Thank you, Jillian. Well, we have more guests on the show today. We're joined now by Shelly Travis, the Executive Director of Skills USA. Skills USA is a national organization of nearly 400,000 teachers and students operating within the framework of career and technical education, known as CTE. Of course, the work she's accomplished in nearly 2 decades of advancing the cause of career and technical education makes Shelly a perfect fit to help Skills USA continue to achieve its mission, which is to empower its members to become world-class workers, leaders, and responsible citizens. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lily. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, we want to know a little bit more about Skills USA and how you guys fit with the whole signing day, National Signing Day ceremonies. Kind of talk to us about Skills USA.
As the NC3 board member, as an NC3 board member and the executive director for Skills USA, I am thrilled to be a part of Signing Day today as we celebrate the success of our students and their commitment to career and technical education and to future technical careers. At Skills USA, as with NC3, we are passionate about innovative career and technical education. And across the country, my staff are participating, my Skills USA team are participating in signing days across the country as our work really does align with NC3. I'm very excited about that opportunity to be here and to be a part of that. At Skills USA, as you said, we have over 400,000 members strong, and I'm so excited. There are so many more students that we could be reaching through career and technical education. So I'm so excited to be part of Signing Day to create awareness of students, their families, their friends, and the greater community about the opportunities in career and technical education. Who wouldn't be excited to be here and be thrilled to be a part of NC3 and National Signing Day?
And all three of you have a role in education talent pipeline. So I'd like to hear from each of you how you specifically, what role you do play in that talent pipeline.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and Shelley, welcome.
Thank
you.
you.
Fantastic to have you here. You know, I think from the pipeline is, you know, as Shelley touched, you know, there's 400,000 students. But today, and what we hope to continue to evolve and grow with NC3 and the partnerships between Skills USA and National Association of Manufacturing, all of our global partners, is around each one of our communities is high schools and the K through. So there are students, hopefully maybe you've watched today or they'll see this broadcast, that are in 3rd or 5th grade that are asking the same questions we all asked when we were in school. Why am I learning this? What am I going to do? How can I get to that aspiration, that dream that I see on TV or something in our community? How do I get there, right? And I think that's the piece that Skills USA and NC3, truly, we've just gotten started actually in doing a lot of things. You know, we're just, you know, kind of like game day here. We're waiting for the whistle to blow. We're going to get in there and start playing some ball, right? And for our communities is wow, how do we do things? Skills USA and NC3 both reach down through our community colleges into our high schools, our career tech centers, and then how do those schools then engage with their middle school math teachers and science teachers to learn about all these great opportunities that create multiple pathways, you know, whether they're going to be in the professions of being a welder or a plumber or a technician, but the ability to even grow beyond that into an engineering you know, as Nick touched on previously, you know, the last 100 years has produced many people that have taken these pathways and done tremendously in that area. So those are the things that we're excited about today, but even more excited for tomorrow.
And Shelley, you were talking to me about Skills USA starting at the middle school level, so you really do touch upon the entire talent pipeline. Talk to us about that.
Okay. So in career and technical education in Skills USA, we really do impact lives. Nationwide, we are represented in all 50 states, 2 territories, as well as the District of Columbia. We are in over 24,000 classrooms nationwide, and we serve 400,000 teachers and student members. 350,000 of those are students. So middle school students, high school students, and college post-secondary students like those right here at WSU Tech. So it really is about life change. And one of the things that we really do focus on in Skills USA are those career-ready skills through our unique framework of integrating into teaching personal skills, workplace skills, and technical skills that are grounded in academics and preparing our students for the workforce.
Thank you, Shelley. Well, we do have our live reporter back out on the scene. Jillian, who do you have with you?
Lily, thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be joined with Carolyn Lee, Executive Director of the Manufacturing Institute, as we know, the education and workforce partner of the National Association of Manufacturers, the nation's largest industrial trade association. And in her role, Carolyn leads the Institute in the goal of supporting the manufacturing workforce of today and growing the manufacturing manufacturing workforce of tomorrow. Carolyn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Having me, Jillian. I'm thrilled to be here today. It's such an exciting day.
It really is such an exciting day to see these students and families here today. Why is it so important for your group to be a part of this?
So we need to tell the story of modern manufacturing, and we need to talk about the fact that we have hundreds of thousands of open jobs and millions of jobs we need to fill in the future, but we need skills. And so today is exciting because these students are committing to learning those skills and joining the sector, leading the future, and we couldn't be more proud of them and excited for them and their families.
Now, here today in Wichita, Kansas, knowing this is happening across the country, how do you feel as if this is going to help raise awareness for technical education?
So for too long, people didn't realize that these skills are valued, needed, right? We're only as strong as our industrial sector. And so having students come out today and saying and committing to these tracks of learning will help our companies, our communities grow and be stronger and compete in a global economy. So having this excitement build all across the country is really showing to the next generation of students too that there are many pathways to opportunities, and that's something we should celebrate.
That's right. We're planting a seed today and stirring some buzz as well. Do you have any words of wisdom for the excited students?
Well, absolutely. You know, what Dean Coco said before, go to class, learn, do what you're supposed to be doing, but also know that what you're doing matters. It matters to you, to your families, to what you're going to do. Be productive, right? We need creators. We need makers. That's why we're launching our campaign called Creators Wanted to help amplify and tell the stories. We have more students joining, but we're only as strong as our manufacturing sector, so come join us. We need creators and makers.
Incredible words there. Thank you so much, Carolyn. Lily, we're coming back your way.
Thank you very much, Jillian. We're back out here at Game Day Pre-Show. Joining now on the set is JUNETTA Everett, the Vice President of Professional Relations for Delta Dental of Kansas, a position that JUNETTA has held since 1995. A registered dental hygienist, JUNETTA joined Delta Dental of Kansas in 1987 and today oversees the relationships, recruitment and maintenance, contracting and compliance, communication, education, and support for the organization's dental networks. She is also the board chair for the Wichita Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, JUNETTA, and welcome to Signing Day.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
JUNETTA, talk to us about your relationship with Signing Day through Delta Dental of Kansas.
Sure. So Delta Dental of Kansas is the largest, most experienced dental benefits company in the whole state of Kansas. We our whole passion is about providing service and providing dental and health care to all of our customers, which we are over 95% of our providers in Wichita, the dentists, not just Wichita, but the entire state, participate with Delta Dental. And the opportunity to collaborate with WSU Tech, with Wichita State University Dental Hygiene Program, which I'm very passionate about, is absolutely it's pivotal that we do that, because not only does it allow us to communicate, to collaborate, to be able to provide technology opportunities, because I believe Wichita is synonymous with opportunity, and without that, we have to lend to education. So, with the Wichita State WSU Tech, got to get all these names right, okay? Delta Dental has the opportunity to give out money. We have given out over $10 million in scholarships for the city to be able to provide education, to provide smiles, because when you smile, we smile, and that's what WSU Tech has. We come out every year to the dental assisting school year, and it is simply an opportunity to provide special technical skills for these people, which we're going to need in the workforce.
JUNETTA, why are events like Signing Day so important for the students that are interested in health-related career fields?
Well, Signing Day, I'm a shining example of a student who didn't have the opportunity for Signing Day, coming into dental hygiene years ago. I won't say how long ago that was. The opportunity for Signing Day is to give these students an opportunity to come in and see what opportunities are available. I keep saying opportunity because I can't get Wichita an opportunity to be separate. The health professional fields, we look for people with skills that have technology, and nowadays you can no longer say that it's all based upon the general education, which is highly important. It's the technical skills that's going to bring us forth and level us up. When I say level us up, I actually look forward to the workforce, building a pipeline through USD 259, through other elementary and post-secondary school, to be able to have the pipeline, build our workforce, retain them here in Wichita so that we can keep our talent. We can build our talent right here at WSU Tech, and we can keep moving them forward.
And SHEREE, talking about that partnership again, I know we keep talking about collaborations and partnerships, but why is it so important to have those types of partnerships, especially with health-related career fields?
So health-related careers certainly there's a growing need. There's a growing need for people that are talented and skilled and certified in those areas. We're not getting any younger as a population, and so those are going to be very important. And so when we think of today, how we're going to celebrate, aviation students, manufacturing students, healthcare students, whether they're going to dental or nursing or surg tech, IT students, whether they're going to be cybersecurity specialists or network administrators, automotive, the alternative fuels, all the different things that we're looking at, it's really cementing that need between industry and education in order to create the pipeline. And JUNETTA, you said something, and I'm so glad to have you on the show today. And you said something about, reaching down. Yes. We're working really hard. All of us together are working really hard across this nation to find ways to reach down into middle schools. And of course, those are when the decisions are being made oftentimes. And so we used to think it was okay to try to work with high school students. We really need to look at middle school and even, elementary school students. So we're doing things together in order to provide that opportunity. I'll just give you an example. We had dental assisting students work at the Kansas Mission of Mercy this last week, helping with that event that gave free dental assistance to members of our community. So those are ways that we engage, but it's ever so important. So those makers and fixers run across all these different disciplines. Yes. And there's a great need out there for every single one of these, and every student that we have here today, not only here at WSU Tech, but across the nation that are making those letters of intent and proclaiming that that's what they want to do. They're all going to have a great opportunity for a tremendous future and a very prosperous future.
And what advice do you guys have for those young students that are watching? Any advice that you have in particular to your fields?
Well, let me just touch on JUNETTA touched on this, and SHEREE a little bit, skill sets and all these, but you also touched on workforce and economic development, staying in your community. And we'll give a little shout out to Mr. Ron Painter, who's down the road here in Topeka. Hopefully he's watching right now, the President, Executive Director for National Association Workforce Boards. And so, he's going to be at the signing day in Topeka, but the key for Ron and all of us is how do we help our communities grow? Yes. Like you said, I didn't have the opportunity to do signing day. Our question for all these young kids is, how do you, today, how do we help them stay in their community, be part of their family? What are those opportunities that are not only today, but like you said, in dental, that are coming, that are new things, new technologies that are going to make smiling even easier. Absolutely. And funner, right?
And it's about awareness as well. A lot of people, I have to admit, when I first got into the health field, I went in to become a nurse. And I realized I didn't want to work on Sundays and on holidays, so I changed my profession. It's awareness. That was a true story. But it's also about what is the College of Health profession? What are the ideas and the opportunities that we'll have there? When we go through the resident school, residence is just another opportunity for technology. It's another way. It's just, again, moving up the ladder, so starting and building those skills to make you better at each thing that you do, and that's what Wichita, I believe, we're looking for.
Thank you, JUNETTA. I know that we do still have our field reporter right now out there with another guest. Who is it, Jillian?
Lily, thank you so much. Right now, I'm joined with Dean of Aviation Technology at WSU Technical Institute here. This is Jim Hall. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me here. It's really exciting. So have you been outside? It is crazy. The excitement in the air. There are tons of people everywhere. They're flying drones outside. The students are coming in. It is just incredible, the energy that we have here today. So I'm super excited.
What a special day for these students. And we're talking about economic impact locally here in Wichita. How does a day like this bring more awareness to a desirable area of study, aviation, for example?
Right. So aviation is a huge impactor in Wichita, and this highlights all the cool programs we have here at WSU Tech and allows the students, and more importantly, their parents, to come out and see what we really have to offer. These kids are getting set up for a great future in aviation.
And you can't have an event like this without the partners. So bringing partners here to Wichita, how is that for you today?
You know, it's so awesome. I see my partners from Snap-on and Daniels Manufacturing, as well as our local folks from Textron and USD 259, the other school districts. You know, we don't do this in a vacuum. Everyone has to come together. This is a great group effort, and it really is something that you don't see every day. The excitement, the buzz, I mean, as a parent, it is so cool to see these kids out here and highlighting their futures and just knowing that they are setting themselves up for a great future.
Sure, and what a message to send to them that all of these people are behind them. It's exciting, right?
It really is. You know, they come out and they see the industry and education partners and government partners all coming together to making sure that everyone has a bright future for Wichita and across the country.
Incredible. Lily, you heard it from him. Bright futures. Back to you.
And something extra bright, we do have a special guest. You're joined by Woo and Woo. Hi, Woo Shock. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us on set here. Game day pre-show still live out here on the campus of WSU Tech in Wichita, Kansas. And we now have another special guest besides Woo Shock. We have MAUREEN THOLEN, the Sustainability Director at 3M Safety and Business Group. MAUREEN's role focuses on using the platform of sustainability to create business growth for 3M and for their customers and for the betterment of the communities in which we all work and live. It is an exciting area that involves collaboration with product development teams, leadership teams, and many other internal and external stakeholders. Good morning, MAUREEN, and welcome to Signing Day.
Good morning. Great to be here.
How are you guys involved with Signing Day, and why is this so special for you guys?
You know, I'm a longtime 3M'er, and a lot of us, like me, are there because of who we are as a company and what's important to us. And it really is apparent when you look at our vision. One of our key tenets is innovation improving every life and the impact that that can have. And that combined with, we also have a very strong emphasis on the importance of education, especially STEM education, the science, technology, engineering, and math areas. And so much of that is anchored within skilled roles. So that makes so much sense to come together. And we had done a benchmarking visit a number of years ago. We went to Snap-on, and because we knew that they were so good at connecting with education and making an impact. And that's when we got to meet Roger and others with the NC3 team and really understand that was a model that could be such a benefit to industry partners of making that connection, which otherwise for a corporation, it's hard to reach all the schools. How do you make that connection? And the train-the-trainer approach that they have was a great way of doing that. And so it really comes down to being smart business for industry partners to be present. You know, the students here, they are our future customers. As we make our adhesives and abrasives and safety equipment and so forth, they're going to use that as they do their roles. So that makes so much sense for us to be there. Plus we hire them in our manufacturing locations. We have around 90 locations around the country, so it's really important from so many levels for us to be at the table and engaged.
Not only engagement, but it has to be fun, right? For the students to also feel a sense of pride in their education, but also it has to be fun. Obviously, we have Woo Shock here, who's lots of fun. Talk to me about how we can all make technical education that much more appealing and exciting and fun like Wushak?
Right. Well, I think, you know, it takes all of us working together to make an impact, which is what you see here, you know, and you'll see more of the other supporters, because we all have a role. This is, you know, as we work to close this skills gap, that's a big challenge, and it takes everybody coming together and making that happen. Industry partners have subject matter experts, and they can bring the next exciting technology and products and solutions to the education infrastructure and platform, like here with the WSU Tech team, and you know, then taking all of this to that next level and making an impact for the students.
Very exciting. And I know that I asked a little bit earlier, any advice that you might have for some of the students that may be watching? I would love for you guys to just chime in, as maybe some of them are just now starting to tune in.
Yeah, I think, you know, some that Maureen touched on and SHEREE touched on this is you know, 3M, another example of a great amplifier. You know, it's not only this for the students that we need today, but the new technologies that are coming into the marketplace literally almost every day. Now, we still have our core skill sets, all those things, but let's touch a little bit about our teachers that are in the classroom, right? And SHEREE, you know this, you live this every day, is, you know, yep, you still got to take enrollment, you still got to do those attendance and all the grades and those things, but now for those teachers, how do we keep them up at the same? We're looking for the skills gap to be in the industry, but how do we help those teachers today in the classroom that are in there every day, 180 plus days a week? These are the other parts that 3M and all of our industry partners, Lincoln Electric, Festo, all of them really truly come together and collaborate within their companies, but even between companies to help bring, as Maureen touched on, the STEM side of this thing. How do we bring real math and tie that? And SHEREE, you know, you're doing a lot of this already. We're going to do some more. But, you know, 3M and Festo has the MEC lab, and, you know, and Maureen touched on it. Yeah, it's a lot, but you're going to hire a lot of these kids that come out of these things, and that's in the pipeline, because it's not just 1 year that you have to hire. You know, the next 15 to 20 years, you know, all of us baby boomers, you know, look at me with gray hair, you know, we're going to be, you know, cycling out, and how do we create those pathways and the excitement at the same time technology is going up? How do we help those instructors in the classroom? So that's exciting for the students to know industry and education's also planning for their future beyond signing day.
So I would just add to that, and Maureen, I'm really glad you're here today. And last year when Maureen was here, she was on the video and said, it's like a rock concert, it's like a rock stars. And so when we think about what students can take from today, I mean, there is this golden apple opportunity to sign that letter of intent wherever you're at across the nation, to commit to whatever your passion and purpose is, and to move forward with education and training, full well knowing that industry is working side by side with us in order to make sure that, you know, you're going to be industry ready and ready to go to the workforce and have that career. And so that's the exciting piece of this. Today is a day of golden opportunity for many, many, many students across the United States. And I just hope they'll grab that brass ring and just take it with all the gusto they can.
Absolutely. I'm a mom with 2 kids, and just watching the faces of the students and the families, you know how important this is today.
Absolutely.
And to be part of it and help make it happen is just very exciting.
Any word of advice that you want to give those students, especially those that are going to be here at WSU Tech and really throughout the nation for signing day?
Absolutely. As SHEREE said, you know, take the opportunity. We all want you to be successful, and we want to help give you that environment and give you those keys to success. So take that opportunity and run with it.
Absolutely. You know, whether that's in small town USA or in Chicago or Philadelphia, I want to tell you, it's so exciting for me personally, and NC3 and all of our partners, our schools, and Maureen, we talk about, you know, how do we help in inner cities? How do we help those students that are watching right now that Maureen just said, grab it. Grab this opportunity. You know, even if you thought, boy, I don't know if they're going to accept me, I don't know if they're going to help me, I'm not, I maybe not want to, am I at that level? The answer is yes. We want you on the field. We're gonna help you score. We're gonna help you run the plays. We got the godfather of NC3, the coach, and he's in the game and he's willing to help push this thing. So we're excited.
So today's like that very first step. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. I mean, just enjoy every moment of it and know that you're building for yourself and ultimately your family a better life.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing from all of you is that there's lots of support for these students and really a lot of excitement as well. And so talking about that support system, we do have another guest that Jillian has out on the field. Jillian, who do you have?
Lily, what a better guest when talking about education than the superintendent of Wichita Public Schools. I'm thrilled to be joined with Dr. Alicia Thompson, 25 years in education locally, starting as a school teacher, a classroom teacher, now holding the title of superintendent. She surely is committed to education here in Wichita. Thank you so much for being here. How is signing day going for you?
I am so excited to be here for signing day. We're just here with our students so that we can make sure that they have the pride to be able to go into Shocker Nation, of course. They're going to be shockers, of course. And then also to make sure that they're confident because they got a lot of people behind them. And having that opportunity to sit there and be proud to sign to be a shocker and also to be able to see that all these people around you are here to make you successful. This is just an opportunity, great opportunity for our kids.
Such an incredible day and message being sent, and the USD 259 has a special connection here. Share us a little bit about that.
Well, WSU Tech is just kind of like part of our family. You know, we have 26 pathways within the Wichita Public Schools, and those pathways, a lot of them lead right here to Wichita Tech. And so we have the opportunity to work very, very closely with them as we transition our students from the Wichita Public Schools. They graduate and we transition them right here. So we just think of WSU Tech as part of our family.
Sure. And with such a big day, these students are really committing to their education. How does that feel for parents? What do you think?
I think the parents are really excited. It's just kind of to watch the expression on the faces of those parents when they see them up there and they have those hats on and they're signing. The parents are really excited and they have something to be proud about because their students are going to graduate from high school, come to this wonderful place here at WSU Tech and have an awesome opportunity to learn and then go into the community and be productive citizens. And that's what it's all about.
And as they sign that National Technical Letter of Intent, what words of wisdom do you have for them?
Words of wisdom is make sure you do something that you're passionate about. Make sure that you love what you do because you're going to be doing it for a little while. And then the other thing you want to make sure we do is to give back and to think about this day as someone was given to them. They were given a scholarship and they were being loved on, and they need to make sure that they carry that on and do that to the next group of people behind them.
Wonderful. Dr. Thompson, thank you so much for all you do in the community. Lily, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jillian, for all that field reporting today. Unfortunately, though, we are running out of time for our game day pre-show. We do want to thank all of our guests today, including Maureen, Roger, and Sheree. Thank you so very much for adding so much to the conversation about technical education. And again, we would not be able to do this without our wonderful supporters and partners, including 3M, NC3, Snap-on, and Skills USA. So thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in. We do have signing day right here at WSU Tech at 12:30 p.m. So continue to stay around as we will kick off that event in a little while. But we do have a video to show you that this is not just happening here in Wichita, Kansas, but also throughout the nation. So let's take a look at that national video.
So I'd like to welcome you to National Technical Letter Intent Signing Day.
Today, you are about to take an important step to prepare for a fulfilling career.
We want to wish you the best of luck and pass along our congratulations on the choices you're making today and the future success you're going to achieve.
Congratulations on participating in this year's National Signing Day for Career and Technical Education.
Welcome to National Signing Day and to your very bright future.
I want to congratulate you of making this important decision.
And I want to thank all the participating colleges for joining us on this very, very special day, recognizing students from all across this United States of the value and the nobleness of technical education.
This was an idea about how to engage directly with young people and bring them into great career fields.
Today you're signing with a school that's going to prepare you for the quickly changing world of work.
The skills you obtain in your technical education will be skills that remain with you throughout your life.
Meaningful skills that you can apply to make a great living for yourself and for your family.
You'll not only be ready for the first job, but on a journey for a very successful career.
So your interest in educating yourself not only helps you and your family,
but it's also important to your community and to the nation as a whole.
Today, we celebrate your commitment to become part of that great American legacy.
Congratulations to the schools, instructors, and family members
whose support helped make this momentous day possible.
We are pleased to participate in National Signing Day and show these students and families our appreciation.
Thank you for participating in this important day.
We're very proud of you. We're very glad you're joining us.
I'm delighted today to join NC3, congratulating students who are signing today for challenge and opportunity tomorrow.
Hope has a face. Today that hope begins. Congratulations to all of you. What a great day this is.
This country of ours was built by the hearts, the minds, and the strength of its people. It was not by chance that we got here. It was because people dared to set their sights and achieve. NC3 celebrates you. You are the dreamers of today, the doers of tomorrow. Your signature on this National Signing Day sets your sights on success, and we are here beside you. Together, we will build, grow, and improve. There are thousands of you today across the country declaring your intent to achieve. Career and technical education is the key to your bright future. That's why your instructors, your school, and NC3 are here for you. That's why our industry partners are investing in you. We want you to certify that you've got what it takes to succeed, and we know you do. We want the world to know what you are capable of. You sign today to formally continue your journey, a journey to the career that we know you deserve. You will transport us in vehicles faster and smarter than they have ever been. You will keep us safe and comfortable in buildings, stronger and brighter than they have ever been. You will use the tools and technology of today to build the tools and technology of tomorrow. You will feed us, keep us healthy, and light the way. Your creativity and ideas will enable invention, conservation, and endless possibilities for all of us. NC3 and our industry partners are proud of you. We celebrate you. So sign your name and join us. We need you now more than ever. Congratulations and welcome.